Okay, so now let's compare the hardware between the Surface RT and the Surface Pro. Um, Once I got the Surface Pro set up with my account, the system synchronized all the settings, so they essentially end up looking almost identical, which is one of the great features of Windows 8. A lot of the configuration settings come over. So I went through and installed most of the same apps so we could sort of get a comparison of how the games run on both of them. And just looking at this screen in the front here and both of them standing up, it's pretty tough to tell them apart, other than, of course, the Surface Pro being a lot, being thicker than the Surface RT. Kickstands, there was some talk about the kickstands being at a different angle. If that's the case, I'm not noticing them. Putting them side by side, they seem the same angle to me. Of course, the Surface Pro has a lot higher resolution. You'll see that in some of the apps, what the difference is, and especially on the desktop apps. By comparing the applications, see what the speed is like in terms of launching them and in the application performance. Then we will see what the differences make in terms of the resolution being different. Just looking at the start screen here, it's really tough to tell them apart in terms of the resolution. It doesn't really change much that's happening on this screen. The text pretty much looks the same to me, but I'm sure if I got really close to it, there may be a difference there. So let's go ahead and open up the browser. So you can see just how quickly Surface Pro on the left brings up this page. Once the page is up, I think they both perform probably about the same, or it certainly looks that way. So, but loading, certainly Surface Pro faster. Let's load up a heavier site, say The Verge. Let's try to load them up on at the same time. Let's switch to keyboards so they're the same keyboards. Okay, so before I press into here, right away you can tell the resolution here. The keys, or the letters and numbers on the keyboard, are a lot smaller on the Pro side. Doesn't seem to give you any more keys, so I'm not sure why they're smaller in terms of the font. Well, I know why, but you would think that Microsoft would make it a little bigger in this sort of situation, so I'm not sure I like that, but let's hit enter on this. So again, the Pro on the left hand side, RT on the right hand side. So you can tell right away the performance in loading these pages. The Pro is lightning fast. But once the page is loaded, RT seems to kind of hold its own, although everything seems buttery smooth on the Pro. RT, you can in some places see the images rendering in. Super fast on the Pro. So that's web browsing. So let's find something else that we can bring up. What about going into the Windows Store? Again, Surface Pro on the left-hand side, loading way faster. I know when on the RT, when you scroll really fast like that, they kind of disappear and come in. Not at all on the Surface Pro. Keeps up with everything you do. So performance, again, Surface Pro. Let's see what else can we launch here. Why don't we try one of these desktop-based applications. Let's try opening Word. So find Word, both of them, and go. Again, bang, Surface Pro. Open this right away. Let's load up a document. So one thing that I remember on the RT was if you were to move an image around. So let's say I took, oops, I wanted to move this happy birthday cake around. The performance of moving it around, as you can tell as I move my finger around, it's not really keeping up. It's doing it, but it's got a little struggle. So let's try it on the Pro. And on the Pro, no struggle at all. Pinch to zoom. Pinch to zoom seemed to be okay on the RT. So that's Word. One thing that we did notice when we started this is there were much more options on the Windows Pro version, and that's mainly to do the resolution. So if you look at it here, when you're creating a new document, you can clearly see the third row here, and these are much smaller than these here. So as you scroll up, obviously you get more, but you can see a lot more on the screen here. So certainly some advantages and disadvantages. Obviously the text is much smaller here, but you get to see more things. So that's Word. And let's close it on the RT as well. Go back to the home screen. So let's launch a game. See what the sort of performance is like in the game. So Cut the Rope was one of the games I tried out in my previous videos. Let's try it out again. So immediately, Surface Pro loaded. RT looks like it's still loading, and finally up. Let's cut the volume. So right away, performance and starting games, night and day. Let's press play, see what happens. So one of the things on the RT version was how slowly this sort of reacted to your moving back and forth here. I mean, overall it's not that bad, but night and day again. You can see this keeping up with me. This, not at all. So already the performance, big difference. Let's start the game. First level. Seems to be a little faster. On the Pro, let's cut it. Performance seems to be similar once the gameplay starts. This is not a very intense game. Let's try something different. Let's try Jetpack Joyride. Here we go. Now I remember this game when it starts on the Surface RT, there's a little jitter at the beginning. So I'm curious to see if the Pro has that same jitter. So you can tell right away, Surface Pro loading up a lot faster than the RT. And I'm curious to see compared to the Samsung, which is sitting over here waiting for its comparison with the Pro. We'll do that next. So here we go. The RT finally loaded up. Let's start the game and see if that jitter, that kind of pause at the beginning, is there on both. Certainly there on the RT. I'm not sure if it was on the Pro. I'd have to go back and look at the video, or let's just try it one more time, and I'll keep an eye on the Pro this time and see. Let's play again. No, I didn't see any jump there on the Pro. So in terms of the performance, certainly there. Gameplay seems to be similar. But you can definitely see a little jerkiness in the RT version. So that's Jetpack Joyride. Let's just see if there's one more thing in which we can pull up, maybe Fruit Ninja. So let's go into Fruit Ninja. And Surface Pro. It's done. Still waiting for Surface RT. And finally. So big difference there. Let's start the games. You definitely get a little stutter on the RT. Nothing on the Pro. Let's start. In terms of responding to the swipes, seem pretty much the same. Boom, boom. Well, there you go. So that's a comparison. Surface Pro, Surface RT. If there's any specific type of application you want me to run on both of them, I can. Switching between apps. Forgot to test that, but you get that constant. With the Surface Pro, you always see that kind of shrink animation and grow for the next app. For the RT, once you go fast enough, it just flashes. It no longer does that animation. It can't keep up. Surface Pro, no matter how fast I go, seems to be able to keep up. So again, Surface Pro in a different class than the Surface RT. They may look the same, but the Pro is a lot more powerful.